Welcome to Craft Me Daddy. I'm Althea.
I'm Tiff. Cheers, bitch.
Cheers.
Not bad.
Yeah.
So what are we crafting?
So today we are going to craft wreaths. So we have like all these beautiful, you can put whatever, flowers, sparkly doodaddies. And yeah, so we're going to attach them to the metal thing with like green tape. And it's a simple craft, but
Got some butterflies. Mm-hmm. Got some sparkly shit. Some fucking balls. Uh-oh. What's this one?
Oh, yeah.
Little balls. Little anal beads. Freya barked at the anal beads. I think she likes them.
Yeah, and I almost got other ones too. It reminds me of the Horton Here's the Who thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hair dikes for cutting. Okay. And then what are we talking about?
So we're going to talk about divorce and how, well, not divorce, but how child support has been something that has been throughout history to protect the person that doesn't work.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, like what men think. It's, oh, you're taking my money just to get your nails done. Like, well, first of all, we want to take care of our kids and make sure that we have a standard of living for them. Mm-hmm. But also, we might make our own money, and we're still allowed to self-care.
Yeah.
Like, if I want to get my nails done every once in a while, that shouldn't be any of your fucking business. I'm not using your child support to get my nails done, fool.
Yeah, and that's another reason I wanted to talk about it, because I'm going through that right now. And I, like, even the other day, I'm just like, he makes me feel so guilty for getting child support that I'm like, I can't spend any money on myself because he'll find out and the kids will tell him. And because
not even just money on you can't even spend any of your money on yourself.
Yeah, because he'll think it's child support.
You don't
money.
know if it's coming from the child support pot or the other pot. And it's what it boils down to is like, I mean, you were with him for 16 years and you weren't focusing on your career. You were being the religious Christian stay-at-home mom. Yeah. And so you're 16 years behind the power curve working on your career because you stayed home. Because that was what you were supposed to do, you know? So then you divorce somebody and it's just supposed to be like, oh my God, I see you have your nails done. Oh, you bought some new makeup. You know, it's like, hey, we're allowed to also take care of ourselves and have some things that we want. It doesn't, you don't know what pot of money it's coming out of. Make sure you're paying so I can maintain a standard of living for my kids.
Yeah, and most of the time it is like stuff for the kids, and a lot of times he's manipulating the situation so that it's like tit for tat, like manipulating this and that situation so that he can pay me less. And then it's like the kids will come up to me like, I need new shoes, I need this and I'm like, I actually don't have the money.
Yeah.
But you know, and then like I felt guilty even about like I've always felt guilty about these. Yeah. Because when we got divorced, at that time, I used the extra money from selling the house and a medical credit card to get these, but I shouldn't have to feel guilty.
No, you're allowed
like,
to have
my body got fucking ruined from having kids. Like, ruined. And the main thing was, like, my stomach. But,
yeah.
Anyways, so I went on this, like, little history reading, and I'm like, oh my God, it's always been set up, even back in like the Bible times.
The Virgin Mary received child support from God.
Yeah, I mean, they would, you know, like back in the Bible times, they would like their money was like their cattle, or like stuff like that because they didn't have money. So like when somebody wanted a bride, they would have to pay them with property. Yeah. And cattle and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But
I have a condo, so I'd be like, I really can't except your cow.
But you love cows.
I do love cows. I
They're
love them.
Something 8,000 nerve endings or something.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not like, oh, I love a cow clit. I just love cow in
No, I
general,
know.
you know. And they're little baby cows, but like, I mean, look around. I got 1,000 square feet. That cow is like 500 square feet by itself. But I would let it live in the house with me. I swear to God.
So funny. But so like nowadays too, though, even though women can work now and things are different, it's still set up so that whoever was working during the marriage, they balance it out and support the person who didn't have a career.
Yeah. And
So like if the man was the one who stayed home,
yeah.
then he gets child support.
I actually know somebody. I had a baby at the same time as her. And I was friends with her in Alaska. We met our significant others at the same time, but like they stayed in Alaska, and you know, I moved down to Louisiana with my ex-husband, and she ended up like going Coast Guard and this and that, and so she was in the military, so they kind of moved together, and he stayed home and was the stay-at-home husband. And so when they got divorced, he actually did get custody. He got primary custody because she was also active. So,
Yeah.
you know, and
Yeah, so it's not like it's always been set up all throughout history to protect whoever didn't. Yeah, so I found these like
whoever
articles.
didn't get to.
Yeah, it supports whoever needed support. And in the olden days, women, like you said, couldn't work. So their major fear was being abandoned.
Yeah.
Or like when they're widowed, you know, like,
Well,
so it was there to protect the women.
Yeah.
In the olden days.
There was a lot of times, like, especially like in the 1800s or whatever, that if a woman lost their husband during war or anything, they would literally have to turn to sex work because they weren't allowed to have jobs. They weren't allowed to just go and get a job and help work in the factory to make some extra money. Not only that, but then if they did get to go somewhere, who's watching their kids? A lot of times they would leave babies by themselves in cribs, and babies would die and suffocate and things like that because they had to go make money. And so the easiest way for them to make money, even if they didn't want to sell, there'd be regular women. Like if me and you, and then all of a sudden our husband dies and we don't have any money to pay for a place to live, for our kids to eat, the only job that they could literally do is sex work. And so a lot of women would turn to it because it was their only opportunity to make any money. And
then they make women look like these
oh yeah,
hoes.
Oh, and then like
or
sex
trashy,
workers
you know,
are like, oh, it's so bad. It's sex workers. I mean, for a long time, if there were serial killers killing sex workers, but they couldn't even say anything about it because if they said, oh, hey, by the way, I was selling my body and this guy tried to kill me, they would get in trouble, not the guy. And so there was no protection for them to like say like, hey, I get that I'm not doing something that you think is favorable or that Christians don't think are favorable, but this is the only way that I can make money, and I'm being attacked by this person who thinks that it's okay to try to kill me. And a lot of times they'll just think like, well, cleaning up the trash. And I'm like, that's disgusting. That actually makes the person trash that said that.
Yeah.
So.
Well, do you want to start the craft and then I'll read some of the crazy articles about that.
Shut up right now? You're like, shut up.
No. I love that you know so much.
Well,
I thought you weren't into history.
Well, I
mean, you know so much about history.
I know so much about things that have to do with 1, women, and 2, murder.
Well, I know that.
So there's that. And a lot of times when you're talking about these serial killers, even Jack the Ripper killed ladies of the night. And so, you know, all the podcasts I listen to on Jack the Ripper or, you know, anything else, they cover those things in history. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, see, I'm like fascinated with history. I like the way I found out about this stuff in history is because I get this email of like history articles.
Yeah.
And so like I'll start reading it and I'm like, oh my God. It's always been there. And I feel like patterns and the way society is like, it's all throughout history.
Oh, yeah.
And we're just, like, repeating the same patterns.
Well, especially right now.
Maybe in a different, we live differently, but the patterns are still there.
Well, it's because men still feel the same about women.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I was actually watching this, I was watching Harriet, somebody like this, the lady that when slavery was
Harriet Tubman.
Yes, and it was like some movie about that, and I didn't even really like. I heard a little bit about her maybe in school. I don't know, but it's just even when you think about that, how people used to think they could own people. Like, what the fuck was wrong with us to think, not us, because I think it's ludicrous. Like,
yeah,
how did anybody think that they could actually own people? You know, and she's like freedom or die, and she like jumped off a bridge, and they thought she died, but the guy wanted to own her. I know it's not completely factual, but he was like super possessive over her, and she was like rebellious, and she's like, no, dude, you're not gonna own us and treat us this way and beat us just because, you know. And then they would break the law and be like, even though it was written that their children would be free, they're like, nope, your children's not going to be free, I own them too. And then they would get mad, and like they're like, they couldn't even take him to court.
Yeah, no, of course not.
Yeah, so I was like,
no, it's wild. When I
like,
start to like,
insane.
When I start digging into slavery and stuff like that, it makes me crazy. I'm ashamed of us, you know.
Yeah.
I'm shocked, you know, and I'm shocked that so many people. I'm shocked that Florida's like, let's erase slavery from our history books, so we're not teaching about it in.
They did? Oh, God.
Yeah, or they
Seriously,
do a thing where like they're
there.
only allowed to like basically like teach how it like gave them opportunity, gave slaves opportunity, and it's like, no, it didn't. Like, they didn't have any choice. Well, actually, so speaking of, I'm hearing a trail for Humpin' on Sunday, and it's called my theme is going to be National Day of Freedom, National Freedom Day.
Oh, cool.
Which is actually a thing. So February 1st is National Freedom Day for something right. I know I should know his name, but I did not know I was going to speak about it on the podcast. But and he was a black guy that was pushing for this Freedom Day because the February 1st was the day that during Abraham Lincoln's presidency, the 13th Amendment was signed February 1st, and that is the amendment that abolished slavery.
Are you serious?
Look, I got the chills. Yeah.
Oh, when I get the chills, that's when something's like,
yeah,
something's deep. Or
yeah.
Like,
well, that's what it's just like, and you know, I just thought like,
God.
you know what? And I didn't want to like make it like too political in the post, like the event that I made for it, but I wanted to be like, hey, this is a big deal. And that's what February 1st is a lot of things. It's also like National
That is so cool.
Baked Alaska Day, you know, and like National Get Up Day. And I thought, I could make it National Get It Up Day. But I was like, you know what? Knowing that it's National Freedom Day, like I want to lean into that because I think that, you know, that was a step towards equality, you know?
Dude, that's awesome.
We're still real far behind in that, especially with this fucking president. But, you know.
Yeah, we shouldn't talk about political stuff.
Yeah, I don't really care. But.
No, but.
The Christians already don't like what I'm saying.
Actually. Yeah.
Like, oh my God, you don't like Trump? Like, no, I don't like Trump. Duh. Suck it. That's how I feel. But.
Yeah.
I mean, and we're talking about rights, you know, we're talking about human rights and women's rights and
I still like I am just grossed out that all these men were into Epstein's shit.
Yeah. Well, and then, you know, back to your topic and stuff too is like women were not allowed to have jobs. women were not allowed to own property. Women were not allowed to have credit cards. We literally couldn't do any of this until white men voted that we could. And so, like, we didn't start being able to have careers until hundreds of years later.
Yeah.
And so people think, oh, that's not true. Women make the same amount of money as men. Like, no, dude. We literally didn't even get to start having careers until way after men did. And then it took us we had to be put in certain jobs, and we couldn't even go to certain colleges that men could go to. Like, we were considered basically property and just a lesser human. And come to find out, we're fucking smarter than men. What's up?
Yeah.
Studies show, I don't know, I read that somewhere, but I don't actually have a study to go on it, but it's, you know.
Yeah. There was something else I was going to mention about.
Oh, and then
about that.
Child support too. Like, the reason why I know a lot about child support and stuff is because I went through it too. You know, like, I had to go through child support and custody and stuff, and I was guilted all the time, and I just, you know, it is like you feel guilty doing anything.
Yep.
Like, you feel like, oh, I really want to get like a new computer and this and that, but if I do, then I'm gonna get berated about this and that. And like,
yeah,
one time my daughter went to Massachusetts with a coat that was old, you know. She goes from San Diego to Massachusetts, and the coat that she had was from 2 years ago, because she goes to her dad's for Christmas every other year, right?
And he's in Massachusetts?
Yeah.
Okay.
And him and his ex just were like, oh my God, you don't even buy her a new coat. Like, you're sending her here with a coat from 2 years ago. And I was like, we live in San Diego. We don't need a fucking Massachusetts coat.
God,
So, like, why would I buy her a coat? I bought her sweatshirts. She's got plenty of warm clothes. But I don't need to buy her a big puffy coat that she won't ever wear here. So what I tell him, buy her a coat and just leave it there. Yeah, I will. Then what happened? She didn't go back for another 2 years, and the coat was too fucking small again. You know, it was kind of like he just needed a reason to come at me and be like, oh, what do I give you child support for? And it's like, dude, just to maintain my vehicle, maintain my household, make sure there's enough food, make sure that, like, we can live in an area where she can go to school and like walk to school or whatever, you know, like, and standard of living is what it goes to.
Yeah.
And I also make my own money. I'm allowed to get my nails done if I want, or get a pedicure with my daughter and have some quality time. Mm-hmm. And he would call me money hungry, but yet he's the one driving around in these big old fancy cars and the boats and the lake, and I have a 1,000 square foot condo and a RAV4. So
yeah. And you know, the part that like really makes me mad is when some of these men, they're like she just wants my money. Yeah. And it's like, your money? Like, my ex was so petty from the very beginning of the divorce. We had an agreement in our settlement that I would get, like, just stupid shit, like, in the house, so that I didn't have to go buy new things. But he got, like, this, like, extra money to buy new furnishings for his house. And, like, a year after when we separated, the kids would come home and be like, Dad said this was his lunchbox. And he would, like, be so petty about the stupidest shit. And I'm like, I don't care. Like, I just want to survive. Yeah. And this motherfucker is being petty.
Yeah, he's not trying to survive. Shit. He's just trying to be a petty prick.
Yeah.
And you're just kind of like, I just need enough money to make sure I can, you know, pay my rent, you know, and...
Mm-hmm. Like, I'm literally just trying to survive. And I remember, like, after... I just lost my train of thought again. But he would be so dumb. He would know. He'd keep track of everything that I did. Do you need some?
I want some of the gold stuff.
Yeah, these
stuff.
Ones.
Yeah.
Or actually, here. Do you want me to? I accidentally took the whole branch.
So. No, I have some of this, but I want the other stuff.
Ones?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure this one out. Sorry.
Dude, I'm like so sweaty. I thought I was gonna be cold.
Well, I don't know why you thought that. It was like 95 degrees today.
I've been like freezing all day.
Why?
But maybe that's because I was in the coffee shop writing my book, and then I was in the grocery stores, and it's always so cold in there.
Yeah, the grocery stores are cold.
Yeah, so then I'm not like outside that much, and I swear they do that on purpose so that people don't stay there all day. Like they try to freeze us out.
It might be because they have cold food.
No, I'm serious, dude. It's like freaking icy, like snowy weather in the coffee shops.
Oh, the coffee shop.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the grocery store.
I was like, what do you mean?
I feel like it's the meat section.
I didn't order cold food.
You know?
It's like, I ordered a drink. But, because I sit there and I'm like, I'm fucking frozen.
Yeah.
And it's like, they probably do that on purpose so that people don't sit there all day on their laptops. But,
or that they're making hot coffee too.
Yeah, that's true. I'm just like always thinking that people.
I just have no idea what I want to do with this. I've got nothing going for me right here.
I'm kind of like a little bit.
You're doing great. I just
think
don't.
So?
I just don't.
I wanted to do the whole golden thing, like, because I feel like it's my golden era.
Yeah, I wanted to do gold too, but I'm just like I can't figure out like.
You could use more. There's more gold right here. There's plenty of gold.
Silver and gold.
And then we should use some of these too. Butt beads, like, you know.
Anal beads.
Anal beads. Yeah.
It's really weird when you call them butt beads. I'm just kidding. It makes me uncomfortable.
Okay, you
Sorry.
know what? No, it doesn't. It makes you happy.
My butthole beads.
Okay, so I'll read some of these crazy facts that is in history.
Yeah.
And it kind of explains it too, because like some people do like the traditional things at weddings, like they steal the bride. It's because of history, like
kidnapping.
Yeah, they'll like kidnap the bride and then have to buy her back. That it's a tradition to pay the bride so that she has something, so that if she ever gets divorced, she's not abandoned.
Oh, interesting.
But let me read some of this stuff. It's so cool. So some cultures, like Ireland, have a more elaborate system of various payments. First is the principal dowry, paid by the groom to the bride's father for 21 years. This is shared by the bride, her father, and the head of the clan. But as the years pass, the bride receives larger proportion of the payment until she has enough to become independent of the event of abandonment. The second payment is the gift of cattle or other resources to the bride by her friends, which is usually also shared with her father. The third is a gift of gold, silver, copper, or brass to the bride's father. This elaborate gift giving serves several purposes, ensuring a livelihood for the bride, replacing the loss of the bride by her family, because they used to live with their family, like,
yeah,
until they got married.
Because they couldn't own property or have jobs.
Yeah, which I didn't know that until you told me. And displaying the wealth of the groom. It is important to note that the first payment increases over time until the bride has enough to become independent. Women are far less likely to remarry as they age.
Yeah, spinsters.
Yeah.
Nobody wants a divorced woman.
So this serves a practical purpose of ensuring the survival of the woman and possibly her children, as the likelihood of finding another husband diminishes.
Yeah.
So I remember one time, like when I was freshly divorced, the owner at my dojo, he's like super factual. He's like has like that nerdy brain. He just like knows statistics and he knows a lot. And he was telling me that women that are older and divorced, the chance of them ever getting like remarried is like very slim. Like,
yeah.
We're basically
Did you see the first husband that they had? Maybe they don't want to get fucking married.
Yeah, like now I'm like,
I'm not gonna go through that again.
I sure don't care. But back when he was like telling me that, and I'm like, So I'm never gonna like even get a boyfriend like ever.
Let me tell you what. My mom was married 3 times.
I know, but
So like
I know people that have been married several times. I'm like, I want to ask them, like, you didn't like have this trauma from being married the first time. Like,
That's
why did you get married again?
Like, Mom, not
More than
only did
once.
you traumatized me, but also
Yeah.
like what? But a lot. My mom, you know, back then she's of the generation where she was just a waitress. Like she it was hard to survive on her own with a kid. You know.
Yeah.
I don't.
Well,
that's why I was like, I'm never going to be in a position where I need a man to survive. So I've made sure I got my degree, and whatever I had to do, I'd have to take out money and loans just to get these things done because I needed my degree to get the better job, to be able to take care of myself, because I was never going to put myself in a position again to be dependent on another person that could just up and change their mind, which is not what happened. I did divorce my husband, but like,
yeah.
But
it feels much better to be independent, and like just the feeling of having to depend on a man all that time, and then like realizing how much you depended on them and want to be independent because they're man babies that don't want to pay you child support. And it's like,
yeah.
You're gonna complain about having to pay me child support and expect me to just freaking get a career in a wink of an eye,
Yeah.
like, and be independent. So being independent has been like, I can't wait for the day where I don't have to like give a shit if he pays me or not. Which actually I am at that point. I don't care if he doesn't pay me. It actually was liberating when I left the courtroom, because I recently had court with my ex because he, in short, has always secretly manipulated the system to lower the child support as much as possible from the very beginning, and that's why I've always felt guilty about receiving child support. And so recently the 2 older daughters live with him, and part of that is because one of the daughters, he basically would,
one's
played
18.
the victim.
One's 18, right?
Well, yeah,
so
that's my older daughter, and
there's no child support for that.
Yeah, which, whatever. But he waited until he manipulated my other daughter. He played this victim card, and he told her how much he paid. He told all the kids that he pays more than he actually paid. He told them all like a higher number, and all the kids were mad at me. It's a whole long story, but he basically, once he finally got her to live with him full time, that's when he finally obeyed our court orders. Took me to court. Well, I signed up for family court services because I'm like, I just don't want to like have to depend on him anymore. I don't even want to have to deal with him. Yeah. Because he's manipulating every detail of everything. And then, so I had court recently, and it got lowered so low. Because
Did it get lowered?
Like almost more than half.
Oh shit! Because of the one kid.
Yeah, and he wouldn't comply with the court orders to turn in the financials before, because I had 2 of the kids living with me full time.
Yeah.
So he knew that he needed to wait until he got more kids living with him. Yeah. And that's why he played the victim card, told them all, oh my gosh, she like gets all this money from me or whatever. And so I'd feel like guilty, and he would like, he did all these crazy things. But I remember one time when my daughter was living with me, I never really spent any money on myself, but like I had a little extra money, and I bought an espresso machine, and it was like, I don't know, it was like $50 or something. And I never spent any money on myself. Like, oh my God. And I remember she was already kind of like mad at me because of like stuff that he had been feeding her, and telling her. And I remember her coming in the kitchen and looking at the new espresso machine, and she's like, ugh. Like I could just tell she was upset. And then like shortly after that, like she ended up living with him full time. But anyways, after court, even though it got lowered so much, it felt so good, because
Yeah, you don't have to deal with the shit anymore.
Yeah, like fuck you.
Yeah.
You manipulative bastard. Like, you care so much about money. And you,
like,
you paint this story that I'm, like, doing something wrong to the kids. You ruin my relationship with my children just so that you can pay me less. Even though, like, it breaks my heart that my daughter doesn't live with me anymore. Like, I was broken for a long time because of that. And even, like I went to her wrestling tournament, and it's like I can feel the divide, and she doesn't even care that her own mother is there, and but I'm still gonna go. I'm still gonna so that I can see my daughter.
Yeah.
Teenage
girls and their moms have a pretty complicated relationship. That's like a known fact, and so like add that other drama to it, like with the ex, then like it's gonna make it even more dramatic. But like, I think my daughter even told you, right? Like, it's not gonna be like that. She's forever, like, and like it might, but like
maybe
it probably won't. And like I can tell you flat out, like me and I was a bad kid, and so like what things are right now isn't how things will be forever, because they're teens. They have 80 years left before they die. That's so much time to like figure shit out.
Yeah, and I also realized like I'm not gonna focus on the like stuff that could make me bitter about it. I'm gonna just keep just keep do what
swimming,
I can.
Just keep swimming.
And I mean, I don't know, but just not having to like depend on him for money is just like freaking liberating.
Yeah.
Like
oh, I do be knowing. I mean, because like I never took my ex back to court ever.
It's not worth it, right?
It just it literally would be like, well, trouble. I don't have enough money to like get her now, and you're gonna have to tell her it's your fault because this, and it would be like nothing I did, everything I did, they found a reason to make it like I had this negative thing that I was doing, or I was super money hungry, and it was like I was married to you. Like, look around. I'm fucking not money hungry. I don't need a big fancy house. And I'm like, look at you and look at you two with your big old houses and your big old fancy cars. Tell me who's money hungry now.
Yeah.
When I have like an affordable car and I'm making practical choices about where I live to make sure it's affordable but still in a good area for my daughter. But if I ever tried to take him back to court, which I never did, but if I ever said anything about it, like, hey, it's about that time we need to go back to court, and he'd be like, okay, well, like, then you're just gonna, I don't have any extra money, so I'm just not gonna be able to get Sam if you make me pay more child support because, you can't milk a turnip, or whatever the fucking stupid shit he would say. And I would be like, what the hell? I mean, and I won't lie, he hasn't apologized to me, but he has apologized to Sam for not being more involved and things like that.
Good.
And he used to tell me, you never let me parent her. And I was like, the difference is that you just want to punish her. And you want your 2-person household rules to apply to my single mom rules here. It's a lot harder for me to enforce the exact same things that you can enforce over there because there's one of me here. So when you're like, this shouldn't happen, this shouldn't happen, and this shouldn't happen, and I'm a little bit more lax on 2 of the 3 things, I still align, but I can't. I'm by myself. What works at your house with 2 fucking kids, 2 fucking parents, and a whole family that lives around you doesn't work at my house where it's just me and I don't have any family here. It was just me and Sam. It's not the same.
Yeah.
And I didn't not want him to parent her. His idea of parenting was punishment and rules.
That's exactly on mine.
And it's like, hey, man, you're not just going to, he never called her up and said, wow, you're doing so good. Or I'm so proud of you for doing that weightlifting competition. It was like, you got a C? Or you did this? He only ever chimed in when it was time for him to be negative towards her. And like, I even get tired of it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm tired of you not showing Sam any fucking love, man. Show that bitch some love. Tell her, like, wow, great job making this painting. I don't know, whatever it was that she was doing, you know? So it's just really frustrating. But
yeah. Yeah, and they're not going to do better if you're just constantly, you know.
Yeah, she was so terrified that she literally put herself through AP classes every single year in high school. Never once took an AP test. Got bad grades in the AP, which is different because you get like a C in AP. It's like a B, so she actually got good grades. But I was like, dude, just don't do AP this year. Just don't. Like, it's so stressful for you. You freak out about it. But like, she had this thought in her head that if she didn't do it, she was somehow like not good enough. You know, and I was like, well, I wonder if
Probably because of him.
Anything to do with, you know, her having to be absolutely perfect and having zero flaws. Otherwise, he would not let her go. They would say things like, well, we don't want you to be around the other kids because, you know, you're a really bad influence. And she was like 8.
Wait, so did she live with them like, was there like a percentage?
Well, he was supposed to have 25%, but he had her
25. Oh my God.
On paper, which is the child support that he paid,
Yeah.
but he had her maximum 8% of any
Seriously?
given year. Some years he
my
wouldn't even get
God.
her because he'd be mad at me or whatever, and he would be like, "This is your fault," and I'm like, "You can say that all day long, but
Oh, that's just a way for him to like.
oh yeah,
Not have to.
well,
put
not take
effort.
accountability for the fact that like, well, his wife would say things like, well, we're moving and we can't really have her over here, and like, you need to focus on your family here."
Ew.
And then he would spit that shit back to me, and I'd be like, she is your family there.
Fucking bitch.
I've moved a million times with her. Figure it out. She wants to see her dad. She doesn't give a shit what you guys are doing.
Oh, God.
But and that woman had him so convinced that all Sam wanted was money and this and that. And Sam she loved when she got over there and got all these presents. Of course she loved that. Who doesn't love going somewhere and getting presents? But she just wanted to see her fucking dad.
Yeah.
And then when she had the brothers, she just wanted to see her brothers and her grandma Berta. And like, she never actually cared about that. But like,
Yeah, kids don't.
it nonstop,
Really
they
don't.
made her feel like that is all she wanted. And that was not at all she wanted. But
That's awful.
I think her dad gets it more now, especially now that he's going through a divorce.
With the bitch.
Yeah. I was like, dude, as soon as they got married, the first thought in my head was, man, I hope his 4th wife is a lot easier to deal with. Which is the wife that he'll probably have soon.
Dude, yeah. I was really worried about my ex getting married because I was like, I don't know if, you know, she's going to be a psycho bitch or something, you know? I was really worried about that. And he almost got married to this little tiny Asian chick that was from another country.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah, and my therapist friend was telling me most controlling men, they will find somebody that looks really pretty.
I mean, I'm
That's
trying.
great.
I'm doing my best.
I was thinking, like, do we just put like a bunch of leaves in between to fill it?
Oh, yours is awesome. I don't think you have to. I think you could do anything. I was thinking about doing it a little bit, and then I was actually thinking of like hanging some like beads with like crystal beads or
Good
something, like,
idea.
and dangling it. And so it didn't necessarily need to be completely
That's so
done up,
great. It
but-
could be like, you know, like a little.
And I even thought about like weaving some of the like macrame
Yeah.
thread through and to like kind of get rid of just that but like make it kind of pop. So then just weave some macrame through it, and then hang the little.
That's a great idea. Yeah, like I was like watching, like saw these really beautiful things where you just like you can do anything with it, you know?
I would do anything for love, but I won't do that.
You won't do what?
I think it means anal.
That's what I was just gonna say. You won't do. Well, I was thinking, what would I not do? Anal.
I don't believe you.
I have done it. Have done it, but I regret it.
I wouldn't do anal again. I
my
would
God.
do anything for love, but I won't do that again.
Dude, when I was married, I don't know why I say dude. It's so like surfer boy.
I say dude too. You might
You do?
say it because of me.
Oh, okay,
it
good.
might be my fault.
I'm not the only one who said
Dude,
that.
I'm sorry.
I'll like be texting my other friend. I'm like, dude.
Yeah. That might be
I
like
even text it.
like same. I thought I talked to Sam.
Really?
I'm like, dude, check this meme.
What was I saying? Something about...
You said dude, and then I think
But
you were saying like
before-
a friend. No,
Oh, I forget, man.
Shit. This
Gosh,
old lady
dude.
brain that we got going on
I
here.
had like something that was kind of funny, but now I forget.
I was singing.
I remember.
Okay.
Yes, I would do anything for... Okay, so when I was married, we were not in love, and he would beg me, even manipulate, made me feel so guilty because I didn't want to have anal sex with him. And he's like, I talked to friends and they said it feels really good and this and that. And maybe it does, but like as soon as it started to enter, it felt like my butthole was being ripped.
Yeah.
And I was like, no. And then like I never did.
I told you,
no.
like, yeah, you got to have lube. You got to have a lot of lube. You got to go
Well,
slow.
I think because he was so like insistent on it. I remember thinking like, okay, well, it's just something I have to do because I'm married to him and he cares so much about it that he's gonna like die. His dick's gonna fall off because his wife that he's supposed to be with forever is not gonna do something that matters so much to him. But I got like Numb It.
I bought Anal Ease. It's the same.
Does it numb
numbs,
it?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think I got something else and like I still couldn't do it.
Well, for me, it was that like I used it and it numbed it. And so then he didn't feel like he had to be as gentle. And so then when it wore off, it was still really painful for like 2 days after that. And I was like, okay, you know what? That's not a thing for you.
Yeah.
Sorry about your bad luck. Men are gross.
I know.
Like, really, poop dick? Is that what you want for your future?
Yeah, like it was so offensive to me because I'm like, is my vagina not good enough for you? Because you so badly would rather just have, like, is it because it's a cave and not a tight hole like my butthole?
Oh, that's some self-esteem shining through.
Well, at the time, because he was so insistent on doing it,
Because it's
it
just
made
like
me
a
feel
sacred,
inadequate.
you know, like, or not sacred, but like it's like this thing that like you don't get to do that often, and it's a power move. It's a power move.
I think my ex just had like a...
You should have been like, you know
Awful
what?
fetish.
You can do it to me, but I got to do it to you first so you know how to do it. It's so pretty.
I know, I love it. I actually really love it. I like yours too.
You're just saying that because you're my friend and you have to.
I knew you would say that.
So tired of these nice lies. This is what I'm working with so far. I mean, it's not...
I think that's pretty. And then when you hang some crystals, that'll be really cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll just read a few more.
Yes.
Just because it's really cool, the history of how they prepared people. Just like a couple of them.
Quiet. Talking to the dog. Not Althea.
So, in Bangladesh, the groom's entrance to the wedding is blocked by the bride's family, who demand a payment of entrance money. After the groom pays... Did I already read this?
No.
Okay. After the groom pays, his party is welcomed with sweets and flowers. Even after the ceremony, a group of guests may try to steal the couple's shoes, and the groom must pay to have them returned. Isn't that funny? Because that's
funny.
like that's how they make extra money.
Yeah.
That's probably how the tradition also is, like
you
in
put the
weddings.
dollar
Yep.
on the... Yeah.
Yeah. This is mirrored in several other cultures and is generalized as the barring of the gates or barring the way. As the groom approaches the bride's home or any other wedding-related location, someone bars the way and demands payment. Thus, to continue, the groom must have a great deal of resources on hand. For example, in Bulgaria, the bride actually hides when the groom arrives, and her relatives guard the door and do not allow the groom to enter until he pays. Another tradition is that one of the bride's shoes is hidden, and the groom has to find it to continue. Once he finds the shoe, he must place it on the bride's foot. She then complains that it is too large and he must pay money in it to make it fit.
That's some Cinderella shit, huh?
Yeah.
Maybe that wasn't
so
the right
funny.
woman. That was Griselle.
Yeah.
Griselda, or whatever her name was.
Yeah, it makes me think of Cinderella.
Yeah.
When she couldn't put her fucking foot in.
Yeah,
It was,
and it like
bent
pops
in
off.
half.
Yeah.
So funny. And then in England, pathways may be obstructed with baskets, rope, or other obstacles that the groom must pay to have removed. In many cases, the entire community would become involved. And so that's funny. The entire community would become involved. And so this would be a very public display of wealth and commitment for the groom. Obstructions would also be created at the bride's home, the church, or other locations. Wedding guests and community members may also bar the couple before or after the ceremony. Germany and Ireland. But in each case, it is the groom who is expected to pay.
Yeah.
So anyways, I just thought that was
Those
very
are
interesting. It's in history. Like, it's always been there.
It's always been there. There's all these traditions that are like based on like the fact that women across the continents, across the world, have not had enough money to take care of themselves in the situation that a man abandons her. Ooh, I actually have a good one. I have a good one. Okay, so I believe it was in India.
Uh-huh.
Oh, this is a good story. I'm gonna put this down. In India, there's this man, and he there was this woman, and she was a little on the spectrum, but you know, this is a long time ago. But so her parents were excited when this person wanted to marry her, so they were like, okay, great, like, but like take good care of her because she has some, you know, extra needs, and totally, you know. And he paid her, he paid the family the dowry, this money, so that he can, you know, be married to her. And then they were married, and he decided that it was like too much work, essentially. But he knew if he divorces her, he has to give the dowry, or they give him a dowry, because they pay him to take her. But if he leaves her or divorces her, he has to give it all back, and then some. So it's kind of reversed, right?
Yeah.
So he's like, okay, I can't divorce this person, so I'm going to go to a known poisonous snake smuggler and get some poisonous snakes. And he drugs the wife and then unleashes a poisonous snake in the room, which I think bites her. But then she gets sick, but it didn't do enough to actually kill her. She was able to like get care in time, so she didn't die, right? And so he's like, well, shit, you know? God. And they just thought it was a fluke thing, because in India there's a lot of poisonous snakes just all over the place.
Really?
Like, so it's not uncommon like to have, it's not that it's like to have a poisonous snake bite you. It's uncommon, but it's not uncommon to have snakes around. But you know, they're just gonna chalk it up to, this is a freak accident. So he goes back to the same snake handler and gets 2 more poisonous snakes. And then the guy at this point is thinking, I don't really know that this guy's legit. What's he keep getting poisonous snakes for, right? Like, this is weird.
Oh, he didn't know?
The guy who sold him the snakes didn't know why, right? And so he's like, okay, this is weird. So he goes and he
sorry, I just need some more of this.
He gets the 2 snakes from the guy, and he basically drugs the wife so she's knocked out, and then he actually empties the snakes like on her. I think the first time, like, the snake wasn't like provoked because she was just sleeping, right? And so it didn't really. Yeah. I think it like he like maybe got it to bite her or whatever, but it was not feeling threatened enough to bite. So this time he like dumped him on there. So then they bit her, and I think that she ended up dying. But then the snake handler came forward and was like, nah, dog, this dude has been buying snakes from me, and I thought it was weird. So so he got in trouble. And
what an idiot. You're going to do that? You're not going to cover your tracks?
It was crazy because he had to, like, instead of wanting to get divorced because he didn't have to pay the dowry back or the cattle and the money back, he just like, I'll just kill her and I'll make it look like an accident. But like, it's not an accident when your wife keeps getting bit by poisonous snakes. You know?
Wow.
So, but that,
oh my gosh,
I thought was an interesting story. Yeah.
That's great. I mean, not great that happened.
And I know that I'm probably butchering the story, so you can totally Google it and look up. Actually, I heard it on the podcast Tooth and Claw, which is one of my favorite podcasts. They go over like animal attacks.
Oh.
But then they also go over conservation of in the environment and like how to help the animals and kind of like survival stuff, like what to do in different scenarios.
Yeah.
Like in this scenario with a bear, this is what you do. It's actually a kick-ass podcast.
You know
Some
what?
of them are
That
really
sounds
sad
so
and I have to like
interesting, 'cause-
not listen to it. I'm like, ooh. Like when they have dogs that maybe also die. Like
so
I
they're
can
like true stories.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They're 100% true. There's shark attacks, there's bear attacks, there's snake attacks, there's jaguar attacks. Like,
See, I can't handle real sad stories.
but they're not.
I mean,
sad.
it would be good to know like how to handle. a
Most of them are
situation,
not
right?
sad. Most of them are not sad. Like people die, but they're not
Oh.
like kids or animals. You know.
Okay. Yeah.
But they go into like this survival. So it's like, oh, you're hiking in this situation, or you're camping in this situation, and the different types of bears, and so you learn these different scenarios that you can be in, and then how to like deal with it.
See, I like that.
Yeah,
I used to
but then
have a
you also learn
survival
how to
book.
like help that animal. You know, like what are things that
Where
we can
you
do.
don't have to actually kill the animal. You can.
Well, not just that, but like these animals are dying off because of this and that, and so like you can donate here, which helps this, or don't throw your plastic in the trash. Just different things that will help that animal survive longer and the environment survive longer for that particular animal, and it's super cool.
Huh.
I remember my ex hated it because I would like put my headphones on and like clean, and I'd just be listening to Tooth and Claw and like cracking
hate
up.
it?
I'd be because I just was having a good time without him.
So the one that didn't like you being confident and having a good time because it didn't include him.
Yeah,
That one.
And so he probably hates Tooth and Claw. He's like, you know what?
That
Fuck
made
that podcast.
That made my ex-wife happy.
No, not that one. Not my ex-husband.
Oh.
No, not my ex-husband. The Shmulio.
Oh, okay.
He'd be like, but he also wanted to listen to it like with me sometimes. But then if I wanted to, but I'm like, I'm gonna listen to it right now, and he'd just be like, And so, but he wanted to do everything together. It was like we had to watch the same TV shows together, and we had to like.
Or maybe I'm just missing the husband.
Yeah, he wasn't. He's my.
But he sounds like the Insecure one because I was just
he is.
editing the Insecure videos.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, he would just get absolutely. You could tell he was so annoyed because I'm just listening to Tooth and Claw and just cracking up. The guy, there's 3 guys on there, and it's Mike, Jeff, and the fucking bear biologist. Oh my, Wes. And it's such. So I think it's Wes. Wes and Jeff are brothers, and then Mike is the best friend of Jeff from college. So the dynamic is just super hilarious, and it's neat because the bear biologist he has all this information about animals, and like he's coming from like a factual place, and he knows a lot. And then of course Jeff has helped his brother a lot with certain things, and so he has a lot of knowledge on it. But he's like kind of like the comic relief, And then Mike has this like dark humor. There's actually been times where like I would even make a comment on like one of the podcasts like, "Are you okay?" It's like those are jokes I make when I'm like walking the mental health line, and I'm like, I'll just make this joke, and what it really means is I'm not okay. And so I hear a joke and I'm funny. Like, wow, that's so relatable. Are you okay?
Did he ever respond to you?
No, he never responded. But it's one of my favorite podcasts. And like I don't listen to like a ton of podcasts. It's one of the first podcasts that I actually started to listen to like get back into it. And I was like, this is amazing. And it was because they started doing podcasts with like National Park After Dark, which does a lot of like national park crimes.
Oh, really?
Then I started getting into the crime podcasts more.
National parks? Is that because it's in the
called
middle of nowhere and people just get dumped there?
No, national park is because it's at a national park.
Yeah.
I mean, why they're... there's just all kinds of stuff.
There's probably a lot of shit that happens there.
A lot, not just dumping. There's like people are hiking and all of a sudden a woman takes a tumble.
Oh.
Was she pushed? Or did her husband who needed money push her? Or did she fall?
You wouldn't know because there's no cameras out there.
But there actually was like a serial killer that killed at national parks.
Really?
Yeah, I think he was called the National Park Killer. Not to be like super creative or anything, but
sometimes I get afraid to go out in the middle of nowhere. Like I went recently with my friend to the desert, and I'm like, this is
hills have eyes.
So creepy because we could totally get murdered and raped.
Well, yeah, as a woman going into a totally desolate place by yourself, I hope you at least had something, a weapon. I hope you had a jug of water, some canned food.
My friend always remembers the water and all that, and I'm always like I'm not a planner. I aspire to be one, but I go out and do these crazy nutty things like out in the middle of nowhere and go on a hike, and then I'm like, and then I don't think about it until I'm there. I could get bitten by a rattlesnake and I'd be fucked.
Well, the only real thing that you can do if you're bit by a rattlesnake is go to your car and drive to the hospital.
I know, but I'm so out in the middle of nowhere. By the time I get to the hospital,
it's still your only defense. Yeah.
But I'm just saying, I'm such like a impulsive person that I have to actually think about.
Well, that's
details.
That's a lot of times why I like to drive, is because I have all of that in my car.
I know you are like the
in my
opposite
car,
of me.
There's water, there's food, there's a coat, there's a bivvy, there's a poncho, there's water, food. I think I said that. There's first aid kit.
Yeah.
I got tampons in there. I got things you can kill other things with.
I know. Yeah, you are my idol. But
I've been in some survival
my poor
situations.
Kids, and I have a million kids too, and I'm like, I mean, that's why I never wanted to go anywhere when my kids were all younger, because
that's why nobody.
I have to pack all this food. I have to, like they're gonna have to take a shit in the middle, like in public, or like it was too overwhelming for me.
That's why nobody would ever try to kidnap you when you had all those kids. They were like, oh, no, that's too much.
No.
I'm gonna try to find someone with less children to kidnap.
Dude, I tell my kids, because it's about the hassle for kidnappers. I'm like, kidnappers won't kidnap you if you're really annoying. So I'm like, if there's ever like a creepy person, they grab you or whatever, just be as loud as effing possible and bite them, scream, because then they won't bother kidnapping you.
Well, I mean,
They actually teach that. They actually teach that at the police station, because my daughter went there. But they will pick the easiest target.
Yeah, but also like I read one where like the girl was kidnapped and she tried to humanize herself. Basically, like, I have a mom and I have a little brother and his name is
I heard of that
Jacob,
too.
and like and I have a best friend and like I'm in this class and I really love this class and I'm getting an A, and all of a sudden like you're making yourself a real person to them.
Does that work?
It has, yeah. It's
But
another tactic to appeal.
People don't give a shit. They are like usually
no.
psychopaths.
They need. It's the same thing. Like they need to not think of you as a human, and so it's not necessarily they're gonna be like, oh, you know what, you're right. I'm gonna but it might delay. It might buy you some time. Different things.
Yeah, dude.
But all right.
Or you could just like pretend that you're a psychopath and
pretend.
Yeah. my friend told me that she was in the middle of nowhere with her friend, and this crazy car came up with a bunch of guys, and like they were like slowly pulled up, and they were gonna like get out and like
touch their buttholes.
Yeah. And my friend just started acting like this crazy lady, and they drove away.
Really, they just were gonna stop and ask for directions.
Maybe.
But to be honest with you, like, it does not matter. Like, never approach a car with a woman in it by herself. Like, if you're a dude and you see a chick on the side of the road for something, call. You could even pull over to the side of the road. Call for help. Because I'm going to be absolutely fucking terrified if I'm by myself and you are a dude and you fucking pull over and like get out of your car and you're like, you want some help? And I'm like, sure, psycho. I've seen this on the murder podcasts.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, obviously, like, you know, if we're stuck on the side of the road, I need some help.
Common sense.
But, like, I remember seeing a girl found out that her car was broke into, like, right up the hill. I saw her, like, I was driving, and I saw her, like, come up to the car and kind of look. And so I was like, I think something happened. So I flipped to you. It was me and Sam in the car. I flipped to you because it was just a woman by herself. And I saw there was a car of 2 guys ahead of her. And I think that they had seen the same thing and they had stopped. So I pulled up behind her and I got out and I said, hey,
fuck.
I'm going to stay here. And that way you have somebody else kind of here with you.
You're so smart.
Because, you know what? Cool. But those 2 dudes, I don't know what you're fucking thinking. I'm not thinking, you might be thinking this is a great opportunity to, like, whatever. But I know that I'm not going to do that. And so I'm going to stay here. I'm like, hey, if you need me to call anybody or do anything, let me know. But I am just going to sit here and make sure that you're okay. Because I don't know who those guys are and I don't know who did this, you know?
Yeah.
And she's like, thank you so much. And it was nighttime, you know? She just went for a jog, but she left her car. And they did like a smash and grab. And so she was like, you know, and I was like, all right, I'll wait. And when the cops show up, I'll leave. And so as soon as the cops came, I was like, okay, you're good. She's like, yeah, thank you so much. And then we drove off. But I didn't, you know, I wasn't going to get out of the car in case she was baiting me, you know?
Yeah.
But
I've heard people doing that too,
but the more, it's just like animal attacks. The more people you're with, the less likely something bad's going to happen. So.
Yeah.
But, are you ready to do some of this?
Yeah, let's do the cards.
Pick your poison, bitches. This. You did such a good job with the little fucking fuzzy balls.
I love fuzzy balls.
I'm going to dip my balls in it. That's from Saturday Night Live, like really a long time ago. Way long time ago.
I probably wasn't allowed to watch it.
Probably not.
Back when it was cool.
Back in the good old Christian days. So you go. You ask first. I'm eating my hair.
Okay. Would you rather wear a ball gag for the next 72 hours?
They're really hard to wear. Have you ever worn one?
What is a ball gag?
It's the mask that has the ball.
Is that like a dominatrix thing?
Dom thing, not necessarily dominatrix. I think that's more female,
I don't
but
know
dom.
I don't know.
So
that much
you
about
are
it.
the sub when you wear it.
So what's the purpose of it?
Where's your phone? Where's the interwebs? All right. Got it. Ball gag.
Oh, great. It's going to change my algorithm.
My algorithm. Yeah, get it, girl. Get it.
Drooling.
Well, yeah, you have a ball gag in your mouth.
But what's the purpose of it?
To gag you?
Why?
Just so you... It's like a submission thing, right? So, like, you're at the mercy of, you know, say there's 4 men and women. Isn't that
kind of humiliating, though?
It depends on, it's a kink. It's what you're into. So it could be. It's also like somebody else is in complete control of you.
Can you, like, so you just...
It's like a bondage thing, right? Like, she loves that, but she can't see or whatever. But to wear one for 72 hours, like, it would hurt your mouth. Be like, oh. I wore one.
I can't even imagine. That would just be annoying.
I wore one just for a picture once. And I was, like, so ready to get the fucking thing off my face. Because I was like, what do I do with my mouth? You know, like, I just have to stay open all the whole time. You know, it was really weird.
I would not be able to handle just the drooling.
But anyways, what's the other question?
So I read this one and then the other one.
Yeah, you read both of them. Would you rather do this or do that?
Would you rather wear a ball gag for the next 72 hours or shoot yourself in the foot?
I'd rather shoot myself in the foot.
Over wearing a ball gag for 72 hours.
Yep.
But then you have a hole in your foot.
No, I go to the doctor. I have health insurance.
But you'd have a hole in your foot.
No, I would not. It would just be shot and I would have to get it fixed.
Okay, a 72-hour ball gag for me.
Yeah, you tell me how that TMJ works for you.
Oh, God. I'm just going to be this sweaty dog.
Would you rather have someone die every time you masturbate or drink a pint of someone else's vomit?
Masturbate.
You'd rather people fucking die?
I just won't masturbate.
I'd rather drink a pint of vomit. I love to
That's
masturbate.
so fucking gross.
Yeah, it's not great, but like
I
want to be able to
I
like.
can live without masturbating.
So like when I'm having sex, I like to also use a vibrator,
Uh-huh.
and I worry that would be considered masturbation, and I have way more orgasms when I use the vibrator with sex, and it would be a real bummer to not have that.
Yeah.
Your turn again.
Okay. Okay. Would you rather have taste buds in your butt? What the fuck? Or would you rather have your firstborn child grow up to be a terrorist?
Oh shit.
That is so weird.
I guess I'd rather have taste buds in my butt, because I'm not opposed to sticking a chocolate covered strawberry in my butthole
That is
to get a
so
good
interesting.
to get a good flavor. I mean, think
if
about
you
it
had
though.
it also in your mouth too, like, can you have it in your butt and your mouth?
No.
Okay.
But think about it like this. You would lose so much weight not having the taste buds in your mouth. Now you have to put it in your butt, but it doesn't actually like get to
and you
absorb
can't
and get
actually do
chewed.
that.
It just gets to be tasted. So all you got to do is stick the Snickers in your butthole, taste it for a little while, and then pull it out.
So good.
You didn't gain any weight.
Never
You got
thought about that.
to butt taste your candy bar.
Yeah, that reminds me
And-
of those people that actually have eating disorders and they'll just chew it and then they'll spit it into a cup
Yeah.
because they just getting the taste.
But like you still have to get nutrients, so you still can like eat a salad, but you probably don't even have to have dressing on it, because it's just sustenance at that point. You just need to eat to survive. But when you want to taste something delicious, you just put a cupcake in your butthole. Easy peasy.
So good. I love how you think about things. I would do the firstborn child because my firstborn child is already like a terrorist.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
not to get emotional, but she already hates me and I probably won't ever talk to her ever again.
She's only a teenager.
No, she just turned 19 and
I don't know if you
she
knew that, but
is
19.
the craziest.
19.
Well, I did say happy birthday to her and she said thank you.
Would you rather watch your significant other have sex with someone else, or have everybody be convinced that you've had sex with a family member even though you haven't?
Family member. 'Cause I don't give a shit what people think about me. I mean, I care, but like I'm getting used to not caring what people think about me, and I don't want to watch my significant other having sex with somebody else.
I think that I would rather watch my significant other have sex with someone else, because then they wouldn't be my significant other after that.
But what if
So I'd be hurt for a little while, but I don't have to worry about my reputation or my family's reputation. And honestly, it shows who they are.
But what if that you really liked them though, and they were like you're like in love with them? Wouldn't that bother you? You're like watching somebody you're in love with having sex with somebody else.
I just feel like if they were someone that would do that, then, you know, I'm not really losing. So I'd rather watch that happen so that I could just get that relationship over with.
Okay.
I mean, I've been in love with cheaters before. And
I guess I haven't. So I'm like thinking in my mind, like if I was actually in love with somebody and they're having sex with somebody else, yeah,
it's super painful. But you
But
know,
I'm just imagining that because
Yeah.
I've never been in love with anybody.
I mean, the way I kind of interpret the
Wait,
cards
is this my
is,
turn?
yeah.
Okay.
The way that I interpret it though is just that like that would be doing me a favor.
Yeah. Okay. Would you rather poop a little bit every time you fart?
Quiet.
Or would you rather walk half a mile barefoot through a feet of
maggots. Totally maggots.
Oh my god, you know this already? Or did
Well,
you
no,
read it?
I looked over.
Oh.
Yeah, I would rather walk through maggots.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh.
Then poop in my pants every time I fart.
Okay, fine. I guess I could get over the maggot thing, but like maggots are like
You've already
I
said
don't
you
want
love
anybody to
farting.
know.
Imagine that you love farting, and every time you do that, there's shit in your pants.
Yeah, I don't like that, but I also my worst fear is maggots.
Oh.
Like the kind of bug that like
Well,
like,
that's
I
how
can't
I would
handle it.
That's
is
how I'd feel
maggots.
if it was spiders. I mean, I'm so
Really?
terrified that like if it was
See,
like
I like spiders. I think
walk
they're
on
cute.
spiders or shit your pants, I'd be like shit my pants.
But like, I mean, I guess you just have to mentally get over walking because it's just once.
Yeah,
So I don't want to poop.
it's just half a
time I
mile.
fart.
Yeah, and maggots. Every time you
God.
step on them, they're gonna smash.
So I remember going to my sister's house one time. She had maggots all over her floor. She was like losing her shit. And I also hate maggots. They would not die. We would spray them with shit, chemicals, bleach. They would still keep crawling. The only way you can kill them is to actually pop them. And when you step on them, they have to pop. And they always pop. And then that's the only way that you could kill them.
You know what you could just do is scoop them up with a brush and a scooper and then put them in the trash can and then take the trash out.
They were like spilling out of the trash. They were like a,
I've had it
was like a
happen.
nation.
I had it happen at my house when I was little. My mom put like a piece of chicken in the trash. And then next thing you know, there was maggots all over the floor. And that's what she basically got the broom and swept it all and then put it back in the trash.
Oh, fuck.
Tied it off, threw it out, and then came back
infestation.
and then swept it up again. And I just remember being like mortified.
Dude, because I hate maggots so much, they know that. So I have these crazy experiences. But one time in the middle of the night, like at 1 a.m. at night, when I used to manage apartments with my husband before we had kids or whatever, I went out to wash the car real quick because I was going to go on a trip with Claire.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there was this little shed that went down, and I didn't really notice anything, but somebody would always throw a bunch of raw meat or crazy meat or something. So every time we had to take like 6 trash cans down, they'd be covered with maggots, like crawling out of the trash cans. But this time, they were not only crawling out of the trash cans, they were crawling all across the parking lot. Like every inch there was a maggot. Every inch. So like there's this underground like shed that I got the car washing stuff. I went down there, not paying attention, and I felt a light drops all over my head. Light drops. And I fucking realized they were maggots. And they were everywhere. So, like a crackhead, I was like, fuck, I already have everything out. The car, so I started running around to try to finish washing the car, and I screamed, and it was like 1 a.m, dude. This like dude walked by, some random dude, and he's like, what the fuck is going on? I was like running around trying to hurry up and finish the car, and then I couldn't even go in the house because I stripped down at my front door because I was like, I don't want, if there's maggots on me, I don't want But there was so many maggots. Like, I'm not even joking.
You had to wash your car even though there was fucking maggots dropping on you.
Yes. They were like falling on me.
So
like,
I know 100%
raindrops.
you would rather walk across maggots than poop in your pants.
No, it's just because I was
if
already,
you're
I already fucking had everything out. Like, I couldn't.
You're already walking on the track. You might as well just walk on these maggots to get this job done.
I know, yeah.
Oh my God. If a spider fell on me, I'm out. Fuck that car. That car lives there now.
Yeah.
I would be like waking up a neighbor or a husband and being like, if you want that car, you better get it out of that spider cave. Because I would absolutely never go back in that place again.
Yeah.
Not
dude.
ever.
Yeah, every Friday there'd be fucking nation of maggots. I started to realize that because we were the managers, so I had to roll all the fucking trash cans down. And one time there were so many maggots, and I was like, I was trying to like touch it, and then it slammed on the ground, and like a bunch of maggots like splattered everywhere. And I ran in the house, and I was like, I can't do it. I can't take the fucking trash down.
I will absolutely never be a fucking manager of an apartment.
It was so gross. And I know who made the maggot trash crazy. It was these one neighbors. They would always eat a bunch of crazy meat and stuff.
Those crazy meat neighbors. Oh. All right. Well, you ready to wrap this up?
Yes.
Well, just one more. Experience the pain of childbirth every time you poop, or have your phone number published in a phone sex hotline ad.
Phone sex hotline.
Totally.
Like, seriously?
Easy.
Pain of childbirth?
This is basically, watching our show is basically like calling a phone sex hotline. Hey guys, we're going to talk about child support today. Do you like that? Do you like it when I talk about that?
We should.
I'm touching you in the areas that you maybe don't want to talk about.
Yeah, am I making you uncomfortable?
I don't know if that's sexy.
Well, I'm speaking to all those people that
Am I making you uncomfortable?
don't
We're
like it.
We're really bad at sex phone ads. Because we're going to talk about things that make you uncomfortable instead of things that maybe give you a boner.
Yeah.
Or a lady boner, whatever you have. So we're going to wrap this show up now. We're going to wrap it up, but we don't want you to wrap up. You know what I'm saying?
You're really good at this.
We're here for you.
You're really good at this.
Anytime you want. Oh, Daddy, do you want to close this show out? Oh.
Oh my God. That's so wonderful. Maybe we should do that sometime. We should make a mini-sode.
We should make a mini-sode.
But I don't know. I would probably just be laughing the whole time.
It'd be like, okay, all right. Just,
what's going on here?
it'd be, would you rather attempt to break dance at your next work function?
Oh my
Or would
God.
would you rather always let out a really loud fart 2 minutes into sex?
Oh my God. I'm like already tricked by your sexy voice.
Eat a popsicle made of Judge's urine. Anything can be hot.
I know. Have you seen that Seinfeld show where she starts to talk sexy?
Oh yeah.
And they like can't handle it around her. They're like, oh my God. George was like, he's like so turned on, and all she was doing was talking sexy.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
It's even funnier when you talk sexy about
at it.
Yeah, you just keep trying. Try again. Harder.
Try harder.
Try harder.
Harder.
Okay. We're gonna close it out.
Cheers, bitch.
Cheers, bitch.
See? Can't even make a noise.